As short-form content creation continues to surge, so has the demand for lightweight, no-nonsense, easy-to-use gear. I'm here to talk about the one that truly won me over. Hi everyone, if you're new to my channel, my name is Paula, and in this video, I'm excited to share one of my favorite cameras for vlogging in 2024, the Canon V10. So first up, what is the Canon V10? The Canon V10 is a compact and portable powerhouse designed specifically for creators. It's got a sleek design and it's packed with features that will make your content creation experience smoother than ever. First, let's talk about the design. I have here the V10 and it is incredibly lightweight at 211 grams. It is actually the size of a credit card, so it should be made to fit in most pockets and it could fit basically in the palm of my hand. This camera is USB-C rechargeable, which of course we are all huge fans of. The flip out screen is a game changer for vloggers as well, giving you the perfect angle for shooting yourself. So as you can see here, as you're holding it, it feels very natural too because it feels like you're holding a phone. So I think in that sense, it's very ergonomic. It also has the play button right here on the front, which makes it very easy to rest your thumb over it and is very accessible to start and stop recording. Another thing that I think is very unique with the V10 is it does come with a stand. And all you gotta do is flip this out from the back and you can really angle the camera to however high or low you want it to be, making it very, very minimal. You don't have to bring a tripod with you necessarily to keep this up and you can start shooting right away. That being said, you do have the option to add accessories. It does still have the screw-on at the bottom so that if you wanted to place this on a tripod for something a bit more stable, you do have that option as well. This camera is equipped with a 19mm lens with a maximum aperture of f2.8, which is awesome for getting those nice background separations and also capturing a good focal length that you won't have to stretch out your arm so far so that it's not so close to your face. This small but mighty camera also has a resolution of up to 4K at 30 FPS, and you can also shoot up to 60 FPS at full HD. The V10 does a decent job with autofocus, as it does face tracking and area-specific autofocus with a simple tap on the LCD touchscreen. I found this dependable when you are shooting yourself, but when it comes to subject detection and there are no faces, I can easily designate what the camera should focus on by tapping the screen. The V10 also comes with digital stabilization, so for a vlogging camera and a compact one at that, it's nice to have something to reduce the shakiness in your footage. In my use case, I mostly rely on this camera for sit downs and static shots, especially with the convenience of that built-in stand. For connectivity, we mentioned that this camera is compatible via USB-C as well as Bluetooth and Wi-Fi pairing, so it makes it easy to do remote control shooting or file transfers with the use of the Canon Connect app. With its size, it is compatible with a micro SD memory card, and it has a mostly plastic build apart from the LCD screen, of course, and a couple of the hardware pieces. But I think because of how it's made, it accomplishes the lightweight design very, very well. Only a couple things to note, because it is so minimalist and simplistic, the lens is just out in the open. There is no type of covers, and because the lens is exposed all the time, it does attract fingerprints quite quickly. So I always make it a point to carry a microfiber cloth with me to wipe not just the lens but also the LCD screen on the back as well. It tends to get dirty. There are accessories out there that you can purchase to protect the lens as well as the LCD screen. But for me personally, that makes it a little bit bulky, and because I'm taking this on more casual settings and not necessarily something that has more intense terrain, for example, I just make it a point to try to remember to keep the lens clean before I start shooting. One of the big selling points of the Canon V10 is its 4K video recording at 30 FPS. This means you get stunningly sharp and vibrant footage, which is perfect for creating high quality content. It also shoots full HD 1080p at 60 FPS, offering smooth video quality. But here's the thing, if you're shooting in 4K, you might run into a little bit of a problem. Now let's talk about audio. The Canon V10 has built-in stereo microphones at the top of the camera, and it provides impressive sound quality for your videos. But if you want to step it up, you do have the option to plug in your own external mic into the mic jack on the side, and that will improve the sound quality even further. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick sound test with just the onboarded microphone on the V10. Right now we are in a controlled environment. We're in my studio. It's a little bit echoey here, so you guys know what it sounds like if you guys have been watching my videos. But this is what it sounds like without a mic added at all. So I'm gonna read you a couple lines just so we can compare. So I pulled up tongue twisters. Okay, she sells seashells by the seashore. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Oh, I'm doing really good, actually. Anyways, I think you guys get the point. Let's go ahead and switch to a mic, and I'm going to use my Rode mic for this. So let me plug that in, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have my mic set up now. This is the Rode version 1 of their first lapel mic. I'm gonna link this in the description somewhere just so I don't mess it up. But this is the mic. So we have our lapel mic plugged in now. This is just the Rode mic, the first version. And so other thing too that I wanted to mention before I go into our tongue twister exercise again is because you have a mic jack on this camera, you actually want to use a mic that has an aux jack. I purchased a USB-C mic from Amazon. It was just one that's for basically mobile phone use, and I thought it would work the same way because it has the USB-C port, and it doesn't. It doesn't actually work at all. So for audio purposes, you have to use the mic jack. Some of you guys might already know that, but that's something that I had to learn. Now we're gonna read some of these tongue twisters again. I'll just read the same one. Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Red lorry, yellow lorry. And lastly, I didn't read this earlier, but a snake sneaks to seek a snack. Oh, that one's hard. A snake sneaks to sneak. A snake sneaks to seek a snack. Okay, I guess I'm not good at the S's when it comes to the tongue twisters. But anyways, hopefully that helps with the exercise, and let's jump right back into the video. Now, from personal experience, I did notice that the Canon V10 has a tendency to overheat. And this only happens when shooting in 4K and especially in hot climates. As some of you guys know, we live here in Vegas, and of course we have some of the hottest summers. And even when I got this camera towards September, which is towards the end of summer, it was still doing the overheating because it is still pretty hot. That being said, when you do switch to 1080p, the footage is noticeably less sharp. I actually carried this camera with me during a short trip to Vancouver. We flew in the same day for a wedding, and we also flew out the same day. So really the only camera that I had with me that trip was the V10, and I filmed that trip at 1080p just to see what the quality was like. And honestly, in my experience, it was still pretty good. There's definitely a difference versus a 4K footage, but I never ran into any overheating problems. Granted, Vancouver is a lot cooler than being out here in Vegas, but even with that, I didn't run into any internal temperature warnings, nor did the battery drain quickly, which I feel are both things that you have to keep in mind when you're shooting in 4K. So if you're someone who is okay with compromising a little bit of the quality in video, especially if you're doing more point and shoot content, then 1080p is your best friend. One of my favorite features, especially as someone who lives in a sunny place, is that this camera has built-in ND filters. The ND filter helps you control your exposure, so you get the perfect lighting even in bright, harsh sunlight. So if you're shooting in bright conditions, these built-in ND filters are a lifesaver. They allow you to balance the light perfectly, giving you more control over your shot and improving your video quality. Plus it has ND auto, which means that the camera will choose for you if the situation calls for an ND filtration, or if it is dark enough that it doesn't need to turn it on. I tend to keep it at that mode unless I know I'm going to be under really bright sunlight, then I'll just go ahead and switch it on to ensure that it is capturing the best exposure. Now, if you're someone who likes to get a bit creative with your shots, the Canon V10 also offers different creative profiles for you to play around with. You can experiment with a variety of color profiles to change how your video looks, but personally, I prefer the natural and standard settings, especially because this is a Canon camera and they always do a great job capturing realistic images as well as color accuracy. So I'm very happy with how it is just standard. But again, if you're someone who wants to play around with a more stylized approach, these color color profiles are a great thing to have as well. Overall, the Canon V10 is a great little camera for vlogging. So if you're a content creator or you're in the market for a quick point and shoot, give the Canon V10 a go and see what you guys think. At a price point that is a fraction of most point and shoots out there on the market, this camera offers unique features that are not only helpful but also helps you make your workflow easier. With its compact size, simplistic settings and functions, it has everything you need to create content on the go. And that is all I have for today. Let me know what you guys think of the Canon V10. Would this be something that you would add to your gear? Have you used it yet, or is this something that you are willing to skip? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys found this information helpful, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below and subscribe for more tech and gear related videos. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.